Welcome to DQS's new auditor onboarding training. This is a series of pre-recorded video modules to take you through some of the basics of our organization and how DQS performs ISO and EMS type audits. This is the prequel to that training. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the systems and tools that DQS uses, and then I'm going to talk about Audit Center, Expense Center. These should be near and dear to your heart as a new auditor. Audit Center is where you get your jobs. Expense Center is where you put up your expenses. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Regional Audit Manager, which is our tool for reporting. Introduce you to the DQS intranet, and then hit on some of the forms that candidate auditors will need during training. All of these topics are covered in other videos, but they come up so often during the discussions in these videos that I figured a little prequel will help you at least have some basic understanding of what these things are. Okay, when you join DQS, our IT department will set you up with an Outlook email. I'll talk about that in a later section, and then give you access to Audit Center. Audit Center is where you get information on the audit you'll do. It's where you put your expenses. There's a tab called Expense Center. I'll show it to you. And this is where you go to download the Regional Audit Manager tool, our audit reporting tool. They will also set you up with access to the DQS intranet, which has all of our forms and all of our procedures. Once you've been set up, in your browser you'll see this icon for Audit Center, and then you'll see right next to it an icon for the DQS intranet. And we'll talk about those in a second. If you click on that icon for Audit Center, this is the view that you're going to be shown. And it'll give you your audit information for planning. Over here, Expense Center is where you do your expenses. Again, there's a module on how to do this. Your future audits will show up here. And this is where you go to download RAM. So what does it look like in real life? Putting this over. And let's get it sized so you can see it. Okay, here's my screen. I'm clicking Audit Center. And now it's brought up the tool. I'm going to move this up so you can see it. Put it on my screen. I'm in a different view. I'm going to switch to the view of Auditor. You will only have limited roles. You probably have Auditor and nothing much more than that. These are the jobs that are ready for audit. There's also some tabs here for things about in-process review of NCRs and NCRs that are past due to help you manage the corrective actions. Over here is the Tools button. This is where you go to download RAM. Click this, and you see it says Install Regional Audit Manager. Just hit that button, and RAM will download onto your desktop. Okay, so that's a little tour of Audit Center, and we'll talk about that more in future videos. Once you've downloaded RAM, you'll have an icon on your desktop, and when you open it up, it'll show you the audits that are due and ones that you have recently completed. So let me see if I can show you what that looks like. I'm going to drag this over. Here's that dashboard. This is an audit that was recently completed. So let's see what I can show you on this. Basically, the way RAM works is with check-in, check-outs, and there's about an hour's worth of videos on how to use RAM. As a candidate auditor, you really have to dig into those videos and try and understand them. They're probably the most important videos you're going to do because a large part of your qualification is understanding how to fill out the report. When you get in RAM, you can see over here that it has a checkout button. So you hit that, checking it out, and now it's me. I'm going to click on the job. The actual audit report will come up. Prior to the audit, before you go on any assessments, you should go in, download RAM, see that audits are in there, you know what your training audits are, and test them, fool around with them, and make sure they're working. It's a very bad feeling to show up on the audit and stuff isn't working. So please try it before you get there. I'm just going to check this one back in because I don't want to have an exclusive lock on it. I'm going to move this off to the side while this is doing this. Okay, so that's RAM. It's very important to watch those videos. This is critical to your training. Okay, I mentioned earlier that you will get the DQS intranet. It contains our procedures and our forms. This little red button is where our quality manual is. This is where the DQS intranet button is. And if you want to see it live, drag this over here. Click this button. There we go. We're on the intranet. If I want to hit the quality manual to see procedures, I click that button. And I get all of our procedures. DQS's procedures are in two different sections. So this is all the things that have changed. And then you see these tables. And you have corporate documents who are managed out of Germany. We'll talk about that in the future section. And then we have forms and procedures. The CF60 form, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, is in the corporate document. CF corporate form. Anything that's a QF form is going to be in this thing called forms. So I know that's a little confusing. These documents come from Germany, and these documents are controlled by the U.S. entity. So that's why there is a separation. Move that back. Go to the next chart. I just showed you this live. You got to see what that looks like. Last chart of this prequel is the important documents that we need to qualify you. The CF60 I just mentioned is the auditor personnel file. We need one of those filled out by you. We need a bio in DQS format. We need a copy of your degree and lead assessor's course certificate. And then we need your auditor and training forms. So here's a little example of an auditor and training form. And then we need your corporate form 62, which is your industry competency. It says what industries you're qualified to audit in. We will provide you all of these forms. We will help you fill them out. We will be of assistance to you, especially in filling out the CF62. When you go on an audit, we'll be providing you this form, although you can get it yourself. It's either QF 1807 for QMS or QF 1815 for a program specific like EMS. You will take that form with you on every audit, and at the end of every audit, the lead assessor or whoever you're with will be evaluating you with either a meets requirement or needs improvement, and they'll fill out a little write-up on how you did. That form is super important to your training. Once it's completed, we need you to send it to us, and we will look at it. I look at all of them, and then if there is some problem going on, I'll give you a call. But all of these forms are necessary. It's terrible to get to the end and you're missing a copy of a degree or you're missing a bio and we can't qualify you, and it holds up your qualifications that we get those forms. So just please remember that we need it all before you're done, and please remember, most importantly, that on an audit-by-audit basis, you need to get whoever's evaluating you to fill out this form, and at the completion of the audit, you email it to the Auditor Development Coordinator, who is right now Sebastian Creek, or myself, Dave Parlerecco, or Ashley Kelleher. And all of that will be communicated to you in separate emails. So don't worry about remembering the names. It will all be given to you. And that's it for the prequel, and good luck on your auditor onboarding with DQS.